Good morning everyone, happy Saturday and welcome back to the vlog if you're new here. It is 66 out. It's supposed to get up in the low 70s today and I could not be happier. I have both of my windows open and I have been working all morning on getting this school paper done and I'm like 2/3 of the way through before editing or anything. That's just getting thoughts on a page. And I decided, you know what, it's too nice outside for me not to go outside. So I am going to go to a coffee shop and just try to be as productive as I can and get everything done there. There are so many good artists that have released either really good singles or just songs in general. And I think I'm also just getting back into my music phase. I've been a podcast girl for so long and finally rediscovering how good some music has been kind of life-changing. I feel like I just appreciate drives more. Don't get it wrong, I love my podcast, but being able to listen to just some good music, it just puts me in the best mood. I got my paper done. You guys, that was due last week. Yeah, last week. It was due last Wednesday and a week and a half has gone by and I got the okay to let it just sit for a second because I was working on another bigger project, but this one was a big one and it was to the point where I was just done working on it. I'd worked on it for 3 days at this point, like long hours that I didn't even really do very much proofreading and just submitted it. So hopefully all goes according to plan and I don't get an awful grade on it. I'm super happy I got that done. It was a good use of my Saturday. I'm gonna make my way back home because I need to eat lunch and everything. But there's an antique store on the main street downtown and I want to pop in there and just look around and see if there's anything cute. I really like these three. How cute are these? They're little salt and pepper shakers for $21. They're new, they're not vintage, but I think they're so cute. Where are you going?
Gas.
Okay, we'll resume the vlog in a few seconds. Caleb finally got home. It is, what time is it? 5:15 and we are headed to Santa Cruz to get out for the day, to spend some time by the ocean, and I think we're gonna grab dinner out there. I think we're just gonna go to an Italian place if they have a reservation earlier than 8. We've made a reservation for 8, but we'll see when we actually get hungry. I did something a little bit different with my hair and I really like it. I just did kind of a high bun and then left some pieces out. Here's a little bit of honesty hour for you guys. I just got back from working out and it is so hot. It is in the 70s, which is not hot. It's just very warm for February and I've been loving it. I'm soaking it in. I just got such a great workout in, cooled down. I'm back and want to tackle a few things in my kitchen. So I wanted to just be a little bit more put together than in my workout clothes. I wanted to put on something that was somewhat cute for the video. And I just changed like 80 times and this is what I came up with. My little striped shorts and one of Caleb's sweatshirts. Tell me why it took me that long to pick something out to wear. I don't know what this week has in store for me, but I'm gonna take you guys along anyways. And I wanted to start out by prepping a few things in my kitchen. It's so beautiful, it's bright outside. I wanna take advantage of the light that we have and to be able to prep some things in the kitchen, which I usually save for the evening, but I have this afternoon and someone asked me on my last video how I make my oat milk. And I thought that was a perfect question because I really want a midday matcha and I need more oat milk. So I'm gonna bring you guys along. I'm gonna show you how I make my oat milk, which is so super easy. And then I think I wanna do some granola and then if I have time, maybe something else. We'll just see what we get up to. Usually I am at work at this point, but as of last week, something happened with my second client's insurance, so I'm not able to provide services for her or her family until mid-March, and my last day with my job is March 7th, so next Friday, which is insane to think about. It's coming so fast, but it was an abrupt end where we had session one day and I was prepping for session the next day, and I got a text saying everything's paused. So just the nature of the company I work for, they do offer additional hours for me because that was not my fault that my hours got cut. But it just felt like a good time to step back, calm down, focus on school, which is something that I've been struggling with lately. I talked about it in my last vlog, and funny enough, I got that text the same day that I sat down and was talking about how overwhelmed I've been feeling, especially with school. So it just felt like the Lord in an answer to a prayer I honestly didn't even know that I needed to be praying, which was just to free up a little bit extra space and kind of give myself some time to kind of figure a few things out on my plate. And so he provided that. I'm so sad that I'm not with my client right now, but in a way it does feel very right to just kind of end with her. I'm gonna say goodbye to her next week. And then I'll say goodbye to my first client that I have in the mornings. Obviously on my last day I work with him. So everything's kind of just slowing down pretty organically, and I have my afternoons and evenings completely free, which is so nice. And that is why I'm able to do all of this right now while it's so beautiful outside. Okay, so for oat milk, you're gonna need a few things. I use a pretty heavy duty blender. This is the Ninja Smoothie IQ blender, just whatever blender that you have works. You're gonna need a pitcher. Sometimes I use just mason jars. Oats, I use whole grain rolled oats. You can use old fashioned. I don't think that you can use quick oats though, like the fast cooking oats. Filtered water and some salt. You're going to need a nut bag or fine mesh strainer of some kind. I honestly wish I had gotten a metal fine mesh strainer that you like can set over something rather than a bag. It's really hard to clean. So I'm gonna take my bag. I'm going to wrap it around a pitcher that I have. This is just so I could do a double batch. If I was doing a single batch, I'll just wrap it over a pretty big mason jar. I'm gonna do a double batch, so I'm gonna do 8 cups. Usually I do 4, but you're going to fill your blender to the 4 cup or 8 cup mark. I like salt in mine. I don't really feel like it tastes salty, but I do feel like it kind of, I don't know, something about it emulsifying. Everyone says to use salt. So I usually crack a little bit of salt into my water. And then 2 cups. This is a 2 cup measuring spoon. I do 1 cup to 4 cups of water, or 2 cups to 8 cups of water. So I'm doubling it right now. And then you kind of want to work fast. So I'm gonna just go ahead and blend on high for about 10 to 15 seconds, just until I feel like the oats are pretty incorporated with the water. So one important thing that I've read whenever you're making oat milk is that you don't want to blend for too long because the oats will get slimy as they start to absorb the water. So that's why you want to work kind of fast. So now I'm going to pour this directly into my bag. I spilled a lot. I don't know how that happened. I'm going to slowly lift up this bag and just let the milk drain out. What happens again with oat milk is that it really can get slimy pretty fast, and so I don't squeeze the bag at all. I'd rather have less oat milk and it not be slimy than try to get every last drop out and have gross textured milk. So I just let it kind of drain. There's definitely a lot more liquid in here, but again, I'm not going to squeeze the bag or really let it drain for too long. I'm going to be using mason jars. That one is bent. And there you have it, oat milk for days. I saw someone do this on Instagram. Well, actually they got it from a coffee shop, but they got a strawberry matcha, and it just had strawberry jam at the bottom. And this is some organic strawberry jam that a lady from church made and gave to us for Christmas. I guess it's more of a strawberry jelly because it's super fine. It doesn't have any strawberry chunks in it. So I think I'm gonna try to make a strawberry matcha and just put some in the bottom And then we'll mix it together and it'll be kind of like a puree. Let's see if it works. It's actually really, really yummy. For the granola recipe, it calls for rolled oats, which I have, protein powder, some kind of nut butter. It says natural peanut butter, but I really like the Trader Joe's creamy almond butter. I just flattened it down with the back of my spoon. I just finished cleaning up the kitchen and this is up. Here is what it looks like. Let it completely cool before trying to break it up because right now it's really pliable and you'll like want to go break it off and be like, why isn't it crumbling the way it's supposed to? It has to fully cool before it's like fully set, and then you can kind of break it apart and have your perfectly crumbly granola. So this is what I mean about letting it cool, and then it will break off into a sheet. And then you can crumble it. And there's this week's granola. I wanted to make some protein cottage cheese bagels, and so here's a few clips of me putting them in and making them for the first time. I just pulled them out of the oven, and this is what they look like. This is the moment of truth. That's what the inside looks like. Those are so good. Is that good or do you want more?
That looks good. It's really good.
Do you actually like it?
It doesn't really taste like a bagel though.
Yeah, I don't know what it tastes like. The honey is a good addition, but babe, that's really good.
I just finished making another batch of bagels, though I doubled this recipe, and they came out so good. I'm really, really happy with this batch. This is what the bottoms look like. Ones I actually tried to make the hole a little bit larger. And then I also prepped some dough for pizzas tonight. I want to make pizzas. Here is pizza number 1. This is a new method of me using our cast iron, but I really do want to try to get this pizza to be the most pizza oven-like in nature. So this pizza might be a little bit big. We'll see how this works. Oh gosh. This is definitely a little bit too big for this pan size, but I'm working with what I've got. Hey! Wow. Nice! That looks really good. Okay, you ready for this one?
Yeah, how do you make it?
You want to put it right here? And I have a method. It looks like a deep dish, you know? I probably could have made 3 smaller ones. That actually didn't take super long to cook.